WFNB Brazil Terre Haute, a true Wabash Valley radio legend.
It is B92.7. I am Matt Luecking.
Thanks for the memories, Matt Luecking, from all your friends at B92.7.
If you ever leave me, baby.
It's today's best music on B92.7. Good afternoon to you. It's Jamie Dawson, Kyle West in the studio as well. Paying tribute to our buddy Matt Luecking and celebrating his life today with a lot of fun stories and an opportunity to really, I don't know, feel uplifting for a couple hours in a week that's just been absolutely terrible. So as we go through the next 3 hours, we're going to talk to a lot of folks. Who do we have lined up, Kyle?
Our first person we'll talk to will be Elvis Duran from the morning show here at B92.7. We'll talk with him about 3:15 or so. We've got some former coworkers of Matt, Ben Davis, Steve Smith, Chad Edwards, Apollo, Aaron Green, Jules going to stop by in just a bit. We have a pretty big list of guests. We've got some other friends from Matt that's going to stop throughout the day as well.
It's going to be a great show. We hope that you can join us throughout the afternoon as we visit with those people and tell some stories as well. Kyle, do you remember when we went to Cincinnati with Matt to the baseball game, and he would not stop talking about his health coach?
Yes, his health insurance had a program to save on your premium. If you listen to instructions from a health coach, you save some money. So we're driving to the ball game. We got free tickets from somebody, and it's about a 2-hour, 45-minute drive to Cincinnati. I drive a little fast. Sometimes I can make it in 2.5. And the whole way over, he's ranting about his meeting with his health coach. He just didn't understand why he had to do this health coach thing to get a discount, but he wanted to save some money, so he was doing it. And so Jamie and I heard about the health coach. We're at the ball game. We tried to get a hot dog, and, Jamie puts it up to his mouth, and Matt goes, health coach. So we felt guilty about eating hot dogs at the game.
All about the health coach.
So on the way back, we stopped to get some gas, and I think Jamie went to the bathroom, and Matt said, I'm going to go get something inside. So he gets something, and neither of us see what he gets. And we get all the way back to Terre Haute and drop Matt off. He'd kind of fall asleep between Indy and Terre Haute. And so we drop him off. He leaves, go to Jamie's house, drop him off. Jamie goes to get something in the back seat and realized that Matt had left his purchase from the convenience store in the back seat.
Which was?
A big bag of mini powdered sugar donuts and a 1 liter of Coca-Cola Classic.
It was the family size bag, man.
Yeah, it was the family size bag. And I said, health coach.
That's the health coach.
That's the health coach.
We couldn't have hot dogs, but Matt had his family size bag of powdered donuts.
He still claims that day it wasn't his.
They were not his.
But they weren't mine or yours. They were somebody's.
Whose could they have been? Hashtag health coach.
Yes.
More stories throughout the afternoon as we celebrate the life of Mr. Matt Luecking. Today's best music is on the all-new B92.7. Good afternoon. We are doing Matt Luecking's tribute show. My name's Jamie D. Kyle in the studio as well. And we've got a very special guest on the line right now, Mr. Elvis Duran. How are you, sir?
Hey, Kyle. How's Jamie? How you guys doing? How you holding up today?
We're doing all right. It's been a rough week, but we're hoping to take the next couple of hours and put a positive spin on it and really celebrate Matt. That's our goal.
If whoever's listening who is not in radio, you probably will understand when I describe something to you. The family within a radio station is very unique. We're a bunch of misfits. We're a bunch of different kind of people. And that's why we all get along and we all form these families in these radio stations, just like you guys have there. And when you lose a family member, especially how you lost Matt, it's just the saddest thing. It cuts so deep, and I'm just so sorry that you guys are going through this right now, and for his family as well. And I'm so sorry. I really am.
But we appreciate that, and to go along with families. Radio people are fiercely loyal to one another, and
absolutely.
The idea that this kind of thing happened in our radio family is unfathomable. But the support that we've received from our radio family here at Emmis, from other stations across town, and then the words we've received from people across the country, just unbelievable. I mean, radio people are just loyal to one another, and the support was great. In fact, the flowers we received from a number of people, including you, were phenomenal as well.
People listen to the radio for the same reason we got into radio, because it's fun. You listen to your favorite people on the radio just like, Matt, you guys, just because you're our friends, you know, that's how I got into radio. I was a loner kid, and I didn't have a lot of friends, and I would turn on the radio and hear fun. I would hear music and contests and bigger than life this and that and stories about celebrities. It's supposed to be fun. And so sad things are never supposed to happen in radio. They just aren't. It's not allowed. So when it does happen, it really is an awful tragedy. And I love how what you said a second ago. I love how you're celebrating. I mean, I think we should all celebrate, you know, every day we have to make a difference in other people's lives, and you guys are doing it right now. But you do have to stop down and you have to, like, go, whoa, you know, we have so much to be grateful for.
Well, you know, and
we really do.
And that was kind of Matt's mantra. Matt lived by the hashtag blessed for another day. He tagged so many posts on his social media with that. And, you know, it was one of those things that at times you maybe chuckled about because, you know, Matt's at it again with his super positivity. But that's who Matt was. And it's hard to live through something like this, but not feel like yet we are blessed for another day. And Matt is reminding us of that yet again.
You know, I have this dumb thing I live by. It's like you live every minute to the fullest because you never know when a piano is going to fall out of a window. You know, you never know when it's your last minute.
Yeah.
And I, like, for instance, I was reading Jamie. You were talking online about how you used to play basketball with Matt, and was that you? It was you, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
And you're like, one day you're playing basketball with someone, or you're out enjoying life with your best friend, or your boyfriend, or your girlfriend. You just never know. And I'm not trying to paint a bleak picture about the future for any of us, but you just never know. And I hope that we can take from these awful things, we can take a positive note just to remind each other to be kind to each other, to love each other. And I sure do, like I said, I sure do feel for you guys. And if there's anything you need, please let us know.
I appreciate that, Elvis. Appreciate you taking the time to reach out to us today. And you know what you did the other day on your show was phenomenal as well. The support we received is just been great. Thank you so much, sir.
Well, you know, it's times like this. I'll let you go. I know you guys are busy, but this is when radio is most important to people. When we can definitely highlight the humanity that we all can continue to have and demonstrate even through the worst of times. And so, you know, as sad as these times are, we'll all look back on these days and go, God, you know what? Thank God we had the radio to turn to, or thank God I could go on the air and talk about our friend we lost, because it was so helpful to everyone to get through it and to move on. And there you go. Best of luck, guys. If you need anything, like I said, please let me know.
Yes, thank you so much, Elvis. We really do appreciate it. And again, thanks for taking the time today. Thanks for yesterday. And if anybody was listening or did not listen to Elvis yesterday, which if you didn't listen, shame on you. He's every morning 6 to 10 on B92.7. But he had a great message yesterday, and we have that audio on our website at B927FM.com. I encourage you to log on and check that out.
All right, God bless you guys, and hang in there, okay?
Same to you, Elvis.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right, take care.
Thank you. Elvis Duran. He's back tomorrow morning between 6 and 10 right here on the new B92.7.
Today's best music is on the all-new B92.7. It's our Matt Luecking Tribute Show. And if you know Matt, if you ever ran into Matt, you know how passionate he was about music. And it was music of all kinds. He really would like it. In fact, did you ever hear him, Kyle, walk into a studio or talk about a song? And it was very clearly either that's a hit or that's a stiff.
A stiff, yeah. A stiff is what we call in radio a song that gets released and people think it's going to be a big song, and then it gets to like number 36 on the chart and then just dies.
Yeah. So, I mean, we would walk in time this ages us a bit. We'd walk in and say something like a Christina Aguilera song or something from 15 years ago, and he just walked by and he'd go, "It's a stiff."
It's a stiff.
That's really, I mean, it was
in fact, he did that to me, that exact phrase last week.
Really? It's a stiff?
Yeah, it was a stiff. It was a new song from, I can't remember who it was.
It doesn't matter because it was
Doesn't matter. It was a stiff.
And, he was honestly usually right about that. But then aside from that, he had his core artists that he loved. He loved Gavin DeGraw. He loved Edwin McCain. He loved Hall & Oates.
Prince.
He absolutely loved Prince as well. And he and I shared a love for Matchbox 20. We went to a number of shows, a number of Rob Thomas solo shows, a number of Matchbox 20 total concert shows, and I think this was his favorite Matchbox 20 song.
She got out of town
This is B92.7. It's today's best music. Hi, I'm Jamie D. It's our Matt Luecking Tribute Show as we pay tribute to our friend who was taken tragically from us earlier this week. But we're trying to have an uplifting, celebrating kind of show as we tell a lot of stories and celebrate the life of Matt Luecking. And we've got two special guests in the studio from some of our old broadcasting days. We've got Tara Summers on the line all the way from, where are you, Tara?
Well, I'm in Oregon right now.
That's what I was thinking. You were in Oregon. I can't remember if it's Oregon or Washington. Those are all like the same place in my mind because I'm stupid. But you're in Oregon, and then we have Heather. We used to work with Heather back in the day. She's in the studio. Hi, Heather.
Hi, Jamie and Tara. How are you guys?
Well, we're celebrating Matt.
Yes, we are.
And everybody has a story where Matt impacted their life. And the thing and I want to see if you guys feel the same way. One of the special qualities I feel like Matt had is that he listened and retained so much information that when he came back and talked to you like later on, he remembered stuff and he would ask you about, the movie that you saw or the thing that you liked or your favorite music or whatever. I mean, it was like he made you feel really personal and special. Is that fair to Matt?
Yes.
Think so, Tara?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And, I've been reading on things and everyone relates to the music aspect of it. But like you're saying, it went beyond just music or a lyric or a deep cut in a CD that, this song may have been the one that's been played on the radio, but having conversations about the song that nobody really has heard except for maybe you two, and then bringing it up a little, maybe even a year or so later, and being able to apply that to a situation in just the perfect way. Yeah,
he was just amazing at it. What kind of brought this up was Heather just a couple minutes ago was telling us a story about singing, and it's like he finds Heather at a karaoke spot and immediately says, "Hey Heather, let's sing."
It was Cheeseburgers in Paradise when Apollo did karaoke there on Tuesday nights, I think, and it was just a random night with everybody, and I wasn't going to sing a song, and he was like, "No, let's sing a song together." And he was like, "Well, what Bon Jovi song do you want to sing?" And I was like, "I don't know, like, we'll just do Wanted Dead or Alive." And he went up and told Apollo, and we sang a duet for Bon Jovi, Wanted Dead or Alive. So
that right there was Matt knowing exactly the band to say to get you up on stage
exactly.
and to make you feel comfortable and have
exactly.
a good time.
You don't like Bon Jovi, right?
I don't. Not at all. Yeah, not my cup of tea. Not at all.
Tara, what's one thing that you see, hear, experience that instantly makes you think of Matt Luecking?
For me, and this is weird because, again, we are a radio family, right? But the thing that was our connection was movies. He and I probably were the two that I think saw any movie that would come out. And it could be cheesy, and we would sometimes even go to see really cheesy movies that nobody wanted to see, and we'd be sitting there at The Prince and Me because we like Julia Stiles. And then we would have these in-depth conversations about a movie, Dirty Dancing, Havana Nights. This is the kind of thing where we would really break it down and be serious about it, but not really. I don't know, just being able to have those movie conversations, music, talking about the artist. But mostly, the guy lived and breathed music and radio and the community, and this has been reiterated over and over again, and I really probably can't add too much more to it. So for me personally, whenever I like Dirty Dancing, Havana Nights, cheesy movies like this, that was my, hey, Matt will go see this movie with me. And he would. He'd be like, yeah, sure, why not?
That's awesome. And all the conversations I've had with people this week about Matt, many of those other things have come up, but I don't know that anybody's mentioned movies. So you might have a little bit more unique connection with Matt than maybe some others that you guys, again, are the only two people that ever saw that film.
Right, exactly.
Well, you guys bought the only DVD. Nice work.
Yeah, Julia Stiles needed to be paid, so we were trying to help out.
That's good stuff. Well, Tara, we appreciate you taking a few moments and calling all the way from Oregon. That's on the other side of the country, from what I understand.
That's what they say. Yeah, I'm over near the Pacific. I think you guys are landlocked, if I do remember right.
We've got
Indiana,
the
no
Wabash.
ocean.
We've got the Wabash.
That's true.
In fact, I'm gonna send Heather over in a second to dip her toe in the Wabash, just like you probably do in the Pacific.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Hey, Tara, we appreciate you taking a few moments and calling in this afternoon. Heather, we appreciate you stopping by.
Not a problem.
Celebrating your life.
Big love to all of you.
Love you.
Beloved Matt Luecking.
Yes.
Maybe we should take a break.
It's B92.7 playing today's best music and tributing our friend Matt Luecking. We have, Matt had a lot of friends in Terre Haute, also had a lot of friends all across, but pretty much everywhere, Kyle.
Everywhere. I mean, we've heard from people in probably at least 15, 20 different states. It's crazy the reach that Matt had, that he touched a lot of people's lives, maybe friends of certain bands or friends of other radio people he met at weddings that he played weddings at. It's crazy the amount of people that knew Matt and just loved Matt.
The number of people that messaged me and said, I'm not in Terre Haute anymore, but I need to hear. So you got an app or something.
Yeah.
The number of people who are listening online, it's crazy. Like Matt would be ridiculously proud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a tribute to who he was as a person.
He's just an awesome guy. In fact, we've got another one of our former coworkers, a friend of Matt for many, many years, Chad Edwards. You remember him from years ago here on the radio in Terre Haute, has a special message for Matt.
What can you say about Matt? Matt was the guy I referred to as dummy. And at no point did I ever think Matt was dumb. But it was just one of those names that came out one day and it stuck. And I remember the day that I decided that I wasn't going to say it anymore because I didn't want him to believe that he was really dumb. And I didn't call him dummy. I called him Matt. And that afternoon he came to me when I was on the air. And he said, "Hey, what did I do to make you mad?" I said, "What do you mean? You didn't do anything." He's like, "Well, you haven't called me dummy all day, so I thought you were mad at me." So I went back to calling him dummy. He knew he wasn't dumb, but it was just us. That was our banter back and forth. I would call him dummy and tell him he was dumb, and he would have a few expletives to say to me, and that was our banter every day. But if you sit and you look at Matt, and I'm not going to remember Matt for being dumb. I'm not going to remember Matt as the guy that had Post-its all over his office. I'm going to remember Matt as the guy that was passionate. He was passionate about radio. Matt loved radio. Matt loved music. And Matt loved to entertain. And that's what he did. He entertained when he was on the radio. He entertained when he did weddings. He put so much time and effort into every single wedding just to make sure that everybody had a good time. And it was a memorable occasion. And I remember him as the guy that had so much passion for his community. Matt was the kind of guy that would do anything to make his community a better place. And I think that the Wabash Valley is a better place because of some of the work that Matt did do. And I think all I can do now is pray for his family, pray for his friends, and say thank you, Matt, for everything you've done, for our friendship, for the Wabash Valley, for radio, for music. God bless.
Today's best music is on the all-new B92.7. I'm Jamie Dawson. We're doing a tribute for our friend Matt Luecking, and I know one of Matt's biggest friends and biggest fans is Troy, joining us in the studio now. Troy, I met you probably 15 years or so ago through Matt, and you guys just had this almost instant, inseparable friendship.
Absolutely. It's been amazing being part of his life over these years, and I was very blessed to have had dinner with him on Saturday. So it's I just can't say enough about the guy. Absolutely, we just became like friends, almost like brothers on day one.
When I think about my relationship with Matt, it wasn't radio. It was radio, and it was stuff at the Chamber of Commerce, and it was talking wedding DJ stuff, and it was playing basketball, and it was going to an ISU game, and there were so many pockets of things, so many compartments that Matt fit in for me, and I think you're probably a lot like that.
Absolutely. I mean, it was amazing what the relationship we had. It was from everything from Chamber of Commerce dinners to music to obviously I helped him with his business for many years doing Showtime Music and the
You were his roadie.
I was, if you want to call that. Yeah, we had we affected a lot of lives in the Wabash Valley. Obviously, performed many countless weddings over the years.
It's awesome that you were able to come by. I know it's a tough week for you, like it's a tough week for all of us, but we appreciate you able to stop by and spend a few minutes with us and celebrate the life of our buddy Matt Luecking.
Absolutely, I couldn't think of not doing this for him. Really, I'm going to miss him, of course, and I just can't. I'm just blessed to be part of his life over the last 20-some years that I've known him, and the 26 years that he's been in the Wabash Valley performing weddings for people and DJing events.
Hey, thanks for coming in, Troy.
Absolutely. Thanks, buddy.